The outline assignment is one of the most difficult parts of writing speeches. This is where the preparation comes in. As the Seahawk quarterback says, Russell Wilson, there's separation in preparation. All right, so everybody's just as good in the big leagues, but what separates the top ranked people from the good, really good players is preparation. Same thing in speech writing and in giving speeches. It's separation and preparation. Now, some people are naturally charismatic and they do pretty good. But when I work with those folks, I always tell them, well, yeah, if you can do real well with your charisma without preparation, just think how much better you'd be with preparation. So I make this assignment fairly difficult because I want you to know what excellence looks like. I want you to know um, what's the little things you have to do. And also, I'm trying to take away some of your fear. I'm trying to help you manage the fear of public speaking. And one of the best ways to do that is through preparation. And then by following all these little tiny details that I put into the outline, those details and work towards those details will give you more confidence. Also, you work so hard at it, your speech, you start learning your speech more and more, and it becomes easier and easier because you're going over and over finding these little details that you missed, and you get those in, and you've got a nice polished speech. It's almost like washing your car. If you take your car through the car wash, it looks nice and clean. But if you wash your car out in front of your house and then you polish it, and then you clean the windows with window cleaner, and you polish the chrome, and you detail the tires and the wheels and that sort of thing, and you do the inside of the door jambs, and you do along the inside of the hood, and all those little extra things you do. Now your car sparkles. So that's what we want to do, is make the speech sparkle. Now, I'm gonna talk over the outline real quick with you because I know I've done it in other videos. But the thing is, sometimes after doing the speech, you hear it again, you get these aha moments. So I'll go over the speech one more time and take a look at it, and you have a chance to turn it in this Sunday for another grade. All right. So speaking of grades, the average grade on this outline over the years as I've been doing it, putting it out there, the average grade is right around 22 out of 30. In other words, the average score is a C. I'd say about oh, 8 to 10 students though in the class do almost perfect, 28 to 30. And then the other folks struggle with it. But those are folks, they usually turn it in early, and I go over it and I turn it back to them and they fix it and that sort of thing. But we're not going to quite have that much time to do that for me to go over them again like I have been. So let's look at the tiny details you're looking at, and I'm going to tell you where most of the mistakes are, and my reasoning for having this in the grade, and how this will make you a better speaker and help you get a better grade. I mean, that's the bottom line, isn't it, to get a better grade. So let's take a look at the template here. And I'm going to go over it one more time. These are the instructions on here. Now, this is the template. So starting here, there's what you turn in the outline. Audience analysis, copy all the way down through references here. All right, and then paste it into a document, and then you can start out with it. So I'll explain them one part at a time. Now, remember, the front matter was our first assignment that we did. And doing the front matter is not our outline, but it prepares us to write the outline and gives us the information to go research and gives us our objectives. So on your outline, I want you to make sure you have audience analysis, topic, general purpose, specific purpose, thesis in there. That's all part of the front matter. So put that on, and then you put your topic that you did, or basically do your corrected front matter from the assignment we did last Thursday, all right, or Wednesday, depending on what class you're in. So do the front matter. Make sure general purpose, you only have one choice. It's to inform. Specific purpose, you have to start out with this language just so you know what you're doing. What's the goal of the speech here? Is we're trying to get the audience to be able to learn something, list something, understand something, recognize something, identify something, whatever it is our goal. So after listening to my speech, the audience will be able to, and then this is what I want them to be able to do, purchase Starbucks coffee with a smartphone, or learn how to download the Starbucks app, or could be anything else. Identify the 3 steps to getting a Starbucks app on the smartphone. Whatever it is that you put there, make sure you have it in there. And that's it. Just one idea, though. You can't have the word "and" in there. If you put the word "and" in there, then you have two objectives, 2 main goals. And it's hard enough to do one, let alone trying to do 2 or 3. They can be done, but at our level, we're just doing one. All right. And don't have any other connecting words like but, therefore, however, so that. Don't have any commas, in other words. So no independent or dependent clauses in here. All right. So have that. And then the thesis, same rules of the thesis that we used before. Okay. So remember when we wrote the sentence for the 3 things speech, that was all the rules for a thesis. So just write your thesis there. Okay. And make sure it's one simple sentence. All right, now the attention getter, well, I should tell you the next step. There's a step in between this to write the speeches. You take the specific purpose, you go to the library. Now the library is over on the left-hand side in the navigation bar. I put library, that's our home and library, and that's where you find the databases, okay, or any research you need to do. So you take your specific purpose, purchase Starbucks coffee with a smartphone, and you go to the databases. And I would suggest you use ProQuest. That's one of the easiest ones to use. I just want you to use a database. You cannot use Google. Those are all .coms, and they're all slanted. They're all persuasive websites. You can use Google Scholar, but there's a lot of information on there that you can't access. And if you just go to ProQuest, through Google, there's going to be a whole lot of closed documents you can't access. But the library, the school pays about $30,000 a month to use the ProQuest databases. There's like 9 of them, and they're all open to you. So go to the library, click on library, which is over on the toolbar. I can't see it on this screen, but type in or click on library. It's right here. And then it'll take you into the home and library on campus. And then you can go, there's a little area that says databases. Click on it, then choose ProQuest, and then type in purchase Starbucks coffee with a smartphone. Now I did that and I didn't get very many hits, so I kind of changed the words around on the search, and I put in mobile purchase of coffee. I think that's what I did, mobile purchase of coffee. And then what I got is like 300 or 400 hits on it. So then what you do is you take 3 of those articles, any 3. I would suggest 5, but if you want to just cut some time out and just do 3, that's fine. Take 3 of all those hits, just take any 3, and then read them and look for information that supports this thesis. It's easy to purchase coffee at Starbucks using a smartphone, and you'll find lots of stuff about using Starbucks' mobile purchasing. So just find 3 things. You'll find things that support it. Those things, you'll find about 15, 20, maybe even 30, depends on how many articles you read. Just pick any 3 that you want, any 3 items. Then you take those 3 things and you put them in main point 1, main point 2, main point 3. For instance, downloading the app from the App Store, loading the app with money, and using it to order coffee. All right, so I could have those 3 main points. Now the key is, since these are the 3 main points, then I come back up here and I take those and put them right up here, word for word. Don't waste time writing a whole bunch of different sentences or trying to be creative. Just whatever you put here, here, and here, put up here, 1, 2, 3. All right. So the speech writes itself if you follow the instructions. Then down here, take these main points, 1, 2, and 3, and put them here, here, and here. Then you add one example on it. All right, so now you got your main point in there, how to download it. Now you use the evidence. All evidence starts out with the words according to. All right, so you say according to, I can say Mary at the Starbucks on Pack Highway, she told me that in order to order my coffee, I have to first go to the Apple Store to get the app. All right, so that's it. And then I can tell my personal story here about that. So I saw people ordering coffee. They just come in. I'm standing in line. They're coming in and they're walking out. So I asked Mary up there, Can I do that? She says, well, do you have a smartphone? And I said, yes. And I showed it to her. She goes, oh, you got Apple. So go to the Apple store and download the app. And I said, the Apple store? I said, is there one here in Kent? So this was a while ago. But anyway, so that was my story. All right. And then I can say what I did. Okay. Or how to do it, however you want to run it. So anyway, so you do this. Now, let's go back through them one by one. First, I got a little ahead of myself. Attention getter has to be a narrative. You have to tell a story. So I would tell a story of maybe when I decided to order coffee with a smartphone. I do have a story for that. Why is it important to the audience? Everybody's looking for ways to save time. Okay, so you can use the importance to the audience. Anybody can save time, they can save money, they can learn about something, they can be a better conversationalist, anything you want. This is the area where you're going to be persuasive. You can't be persuasive anywhere else in the speech, but you got to be persuasive here because you're trying to persuade the audience to listen to your speech, to stay awake and listen. Okay, so use just a line, and usually we're motivated by things like saving money, saving time, doing something easier, or getting tips on how to, have more hair, for instance. So anyway, do that. Then I'd put my thesis. You just come up to the front matter. It's easy to purchase coffee at Starbucks using a smartphone. I just copy that and I paste it in here for the thesis. All right. And then I'll be talking about three things. And I go, you download the app, I forgot what I had for the second one. Download the app, load the app with money. And number three is you order your coffee. All right, so I'd have those up there. Then there's a transition. A lot of folks are missing this transition. When you see a word in italics and bold and it's got a colon after it, it needs something. So let's get started with my first point if you want. Some people have some excellent transitions, stuff I haven't even been teaching at all in here, but those are all fine. Then you go through this. If you only have one evidence and one personal example, that's fine. Just leave this evidence and personal example blank, but don't delete them. Push them down. Make sure you leave the bullet points in. Transition, now for my second point, and then you put your point in here. Some of you are leaving these blank. There's no points, or you're putting your point in the transition. Don't put a point in the transition. Bring it down here. All right. And then evidence, personal example, evidence, personal example. And then here, be sure to put in the blank areas, put what your point is. I even put it in parentheses, paraphrase the first point. So first you've got to go to the App Store, and second, download the app. Now for my third and final point, and then put the point here, main point, then your evidence and so on. In conclusion, nothing goes after that. That is the transition. And then thesis, you go up to front matter, copy and paste it. And then first, for example, second, for example, and third, for example. I'm rushing a little bit because I'm running out of time. I've got limited time on this screencast-o-matic. So go here to reinforcement, tie down, clincher. You only need one of these, and I explain them down here. This is what a reinforcement is. This is what a tie down is. This is what a clincher. You should have another narrative here that refers back to the attention getter or the thesis, your choice, and then do your APA list of references. Okay, well, you have a chance. To redo this outline. You'll turn it in this Sunday with your speech and your response paper. So go back. I've corrected everybody's, and I've made all the comments wherever your mistake was. I pointed them out. So go back, fix them, and then turn it in again on Wednesday. All right. I look forward to hearing your speeches. This will be a fun week. Okay, but do practice. You've got to practice on this thing, and stay in that time limit, that 4 to 5 minutes. If you go over, your grade's going to suffer dearly. So that's how I know you practice, is that you stay within that time frame. Okay. All right. Those are the key things. Don't forget your 3 sources. All right. Good luck.